With a lot of people's jobs at risk suddenly, it might be the time to go out and start your own business now. Many startups fall flat, but a good many great ideas and hobbies have turned into great ways to make money to support a family. And they don't have to be big ideas. Cora Harlan is here this morning with more on turning passionate hobbies into great new careers.
Ken, this is really a fascinating topic. Think back 10 or 11 years ago. Some of the brand names that we know today, Uber and Airbnb included in that list, started out as small businesses in the depths of the last recession we had back in 2008, 2009. They were some good ideas, small ideas that had a lot of passion behind them, and they turned into, as I said, very big things. But as I found out yesterday, even some hobbies and passions you might have could turn into a way to support yourself. Can you imagine the look on the faces of people who loved Nathan Sawaya back in 2004 when he announced that he was quitting his job as a corporate attorney in New York City to devote more time to his hobby of playing with Legos? All these years later, Nathan's gamble turns out to have paid off pretty well. We first met him several years ago during his traveling Lego exhibit at OMSI. He's become a renowned Lego artist who's taken his show all over the world. Nathan was a guy not unlike a lot of other people, let go from his old job or interest in what he was doing waning, so he turned his hobby into making a living.
For a lot of people, making the best of it looks like starting a business of their own, using this time that they have at their home to take that next step in their business.
Mike Nunez helps people with hobbies and ideas turn them into livelihoods. His company, InkFile, does lots of back office tasks for new startups. Many people have turned passions for beer, for instance, into great businesses. Some of the most popular Portland area beer makers, employing thousands of people today, started out as people brewing beer at home.
I can actually make 100% living just with this right here.
New technology's also involved. Unmanned aerial vehicles. Lots of people love to fly those. You add a camera and suddenly you've created a new market for unique aerial videos and pictures. Those are two small examples that are out there. Mike Nunez's top ideas, if you're thinking about turning a hobby into a business, commit to it, have a unique value proposition. What is it that you're trying to do or want to sell that people can't buy elsewhere? And don't set out to get rich quick.
Some of the largest companies you've ever heard of started from home. And I don't want that to even come across as like you should anticipate being this enormous company. No, all you need to do is make enough to create a great livelihood for your family. And that's very possible, enabled by the internet today.
And that is the key point here that Mike tried to bring up here, is these ideas don't all have to turn into the next Apple computers or the next Googles or the next Uber or anything else. You simply have to make enough money to support yourself and your family. Ken, we talked about another unique idea earlier this week. This was Free the Ocean. From a couple days ago. This was a young woman who had a passion for getting plastic out of the ocean. She set up a website, right? So there's a piece of trivia on that website every day. People go to the website, answer the trivia. Through all the web traffic that they generate, it generates revenue that they passed along to people who actually get on their hands and knees and clean up the plastics out of the beach. So one click of a computer mouse actually can go towards making money, creating money, and either sustaining yourself with it or sustaining a cause with it. And a lot of people these days have a lot of spare time to think about things like this.
Yeah, one of the words that came across in your report a few times is the word passion. So if you have passion for something, you can become the best at it and actually make money at it. So that's another aspect of all of this, Cora.
Yep. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.